That's it. That's it. Let's go. Practice fast.
Day 8 out here at Camp Dolphin, and the team with a couple of practices today, one in the morning and another in the afternoon. The coach, Tony Sparano, met with the media between practices, and one of the first things he was asked about was Sean Smith, his second-year cornerback, a starter throughout all of training camp, worked with the second team yesterday, and so the coach was asked to assess Smith's performance.
He's done a good job. I think that there's a few guys at that position right now that have done some good things. Jason Allen has got his hands on more footballs than anybody out there right now. So Jason Allen deserves the opportunity to move up and to see whether or not he can do that against the best people. This is the same conversation we've had here every day right now. It's me trying to figure out whether or not it's a player versus the player that he's playing against, or can he do it against the best player. And I've seen some things out of Jason Allen, Nolan Carroll, some of these guys that I've liked as far as the competitiveness and what they've been doing out there, from a production standpoint. So I want to get them up there, and I want to give them a chance to show us whether or not that's for real.
So that's a defensive note. Meanwhile, special teams, one issue that's not an issue at all out here at Camp Dolphins. Tony Sparano has his kicker, his punter, and his long snapper all locked up, and he was asked about how nice it was to not have to worry about those guys.
It's just so important not to have to, worry about those kind of issues. In other words, you take for granted every day you walk out here, your kicker, your punter, your snapper. These are people that you could take for granted every single day you walk out here, and I try not to do that because I've been in, first of all, I was a long snapper, so I know the job that he has, okay? And this punter and this kicker, those are pretty hard jobs to have in this league. So, and when you have good ones, those are good problems, and I think we have some pretty good players at those positions. So I'm glad they're going to be here for a long time, and I'm excited about the fact that those are 3 decisions that I don't have to make right now.
As for an offensive note, wide receiver Devon Best has been working in the slot plenty here during training camp, and the coach was asked if it was fair to consider Devon Best a slot receiver.
No, I don't think it's fair. I think that, Devon can go out there. He can play in regular down and distance situations and regular offense. I think we're confident of that, that he can do that. He's very good at this other role that he has, like not kind of okay. He's pretty good at this role. He's a creative guy in there, and he's a guy that he kind of demands attention in there. I think people have tried to press him at different times, double him at different times. So he's good at that job. And I think, one thing I think Devon kind of knows a little bit about what he is, that way. So he works his tail off to get better at some of the things that maybe he's not. And doesn't take it for granted a whole lot. But he can go out there and he can play on first and second down.
So that's the latest from Camp Dolphins. Be sure to check back to MiamiDolphins.com and theFinsiders.com throughout the day for the very latest.